All local, all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus, America Areas.
And I am Bridget Bureau. More than 20 Connecticut schools are on a 2-hour delay this morning because of the snow we saw overnight. The list now growing to Waterbury and Ashford Public Schools. We have a full list on our website, fox61.com. But this will at least give the plows, Rachel, some more time to clear the problem spots, especially the side roads.
Yeah, I think those untreated surfaces, and what you're seeing is really north and west of 84 this morning, where you are or they are below freezing at this point, so no concern there. But we are pretty mild across most of the state this morning, so it's not a widespread issue. We'll show you those areas of concern in just a moment, but briefly mild with dangerous cold on the way, so we really need to enjoy these numbers while we have them. Temperature-wise, it is a dramatic difference between this time yesterday and now, anywhere from 23 degrees to about 36 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So a lot of us are sitting in the 30s. Now you'll notice here, Waterbury is at 32, up towards Torrington at 27, and then all through Hartford too. So that west of 84, that would be the concern for any slick spots, whereas in eastern areas, Norwich at 37, 41 in Groton, that's not a concern, 39 in Chester, and about 40 degrees right now in New Haven. So watch those isolated slick spots this morning. Of course, check with the schools to make sure you're not under a delay. But by the afternoon, temperatures will be in the mid-40s, anticipating recess likely being outside. And temperatures will be around 42, mostly sunny for after-school plans as well. So it is a really nice day overall with very mild conditions. 44 in Naugatuck, 45 in Hartford later on today, 46 in Middletown, and southeastern Connecticut will be in the middle 40s as well. Slight wind starts to build in later on today too, gusting closer to 10 to 20 miles per hour. That's going to set the stage as our numbers slide into the 20s overnight on Friday, or rather overnight tonight into Friday morning. It's a colder start to our morning, but not as cold as yesterday morning. Then on Friday afternoon, temperatures will be in the middle 30s. Once the sun goes down and the winds start to kick in, though, feels like temperatures on Friday night into Saturday morning will be anywhere from about 10 to maybe even potentially 20 below zero on Saturday morning. So things turn a corner there. Very cold conditions both Saturday morning, Sunday morning, Monday morning, and Tuesday morning too, with sub-zero temperatures or at least wind chill values likely. We'll talk a little bit more about this cold that's on the way. Plus, we'll talk a little bit more in detail about where we go from here. Plus the snowstorm that's on the way for Sunday coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02, we are following over in Hartford now on 91. Things are running smoothly this morning, a little bit more volume over in New Haven. So just be mindful of that. Your drive times here from New Haven to Rhode Island around 70 minutes. New Haven to New York is around 54. Waterbury to New York is 56, westbound 84. Bridget and Erica.
All right, Rachel, 6:03 now. And if you are heading out on the roads this morning, you may want to watch out for those slick conditions after last night's snowfall. It makes it difficult for buses especially to navigate. And that's why we see more and more school districts making the call to put their schools in a 2-hour delay.
Yeah, you can see them all on our website, our news app. They're also scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Right now, we're checking in with Fox 61's Glenn Kittle. He's live in Hartford with what you need to know before you hit the road. Glenn, how's it looking there in the capital city?
Yeah, good morning, Bridget, Erica. It's one of those kind of days where it's hit or miss depending on where you are, whether the roads were treated or not. Here, right next to Bushnell Park, this road right here, we're seeing that, yes, there were plows that did roll through here and get most of the snow off the roads. However, you're stuck with some of this thick slush that's left here, and that can present some very slick conditions, some very unsafe conditions for driving under the right conditions. Could cause some crashes there, but that is one of those things that you have to look out for when you're driving in Connecticut after these fluffy snowstorms. You never know what you're going to get. So definitely when you're heading out of the door this morning on your morning commute, want to take it slow. Leave at least 6 seconds of space between you and the car in front of you. If you do have to hit the brakes, make sure that you have enough room to pump the brakes and make sure that you're not just slamming on those brakes so that we don't end up sliding everywhere else on the highway. Also, too, on the highway, as I was heading over here from Torrington this morning on my morning commute, I-84 eastbound, it's another one of those corridors where you're getting hit or miss spots when it comes to the road treatment there. I know that in Waterbury, when I was heading on over here, I did see some slick spots on the sides of the highway, but roads were being treated actively. So hopefully it got better as the morning continues to go on. There's also that warning out there about ice missiles. Make sure you clear off your cars before heading on your morning commute, because that snow, even though it is fluffy and looking like it's pretty nice, that could melt, harden up, and then eventually fly off of your car and damage someone else. I believe it's a $120 fine if an ice missile does fly fly off your car and if you don't clear off your car. So definitely want to make sure that you clear off your cars this morning, take it slow, and have a safe morning commute. And as well, we're going to have those closings at the bottom of your screen there and on our website at fox61.com. Live in Hartford, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
And I had trouble braking myself, Glenn Kittle, so definitely something to keep in mind as you make the drive to work and school. And in preparation for the possibility of more snow this weekend, many people are taking stock of their salt supply. That includes the city of West Haven, where crews say around 150 tons of salt is used for each storm.
We have 300 ton here. We have another 300 ton on order. We don't want to run out of salt. Price does not become an issue at this point because we got to have it for the safety of our roads.
And as for salt on your own driveways and sidewalks, people we spoke with say it is important that you keep your supplies nice and stocked. The worst time to be preparing for a storm is when it's hitting. And a reminder, the state's cold weather protocol will be activated starting at noon Friday and will last until Wednesday of next week. If you need shelter or a warming center, call 211 or visit 211ct.org. Transportation can be provided if you need it as well. And at 6:06 this morning, there was a big police response in a neighborhood in Hamden. This happened last night.
Yeah, we don't know why. Last night, police were not saying much. So this morning, we have Fox 61's Joe Monty out there in Hamden. He's right outside police headquarters trying to get more information. Joe, what are you hearing?
Good morning. Look, we've been in contact with the police, and so far, not much. I don't have much for new information to report to you, but I can tell you again what you've said, that there was a large police presence on Bowen Street in Hamden and Easton Street, combination of the two, last night. And we've been monitoring the situation since about 9 p.m. We had a reporter on it actually at 10 and 11 last night. But if you look at your screen right now, you can actually see some of the video from the scene last night. There was a number of police cars on Bowen Street, at least 6, and caution tape blocking off the road and the front walkway of a house. Police were observed placing markers on the ground and collecting some type of evidence and placing it in bags, although we do not know what yet. During their investigation, they were also seen checking an SUV and were seen investigating one particular house. The neighborhood has since reopened, and things look to be back to normal on Bowen Street and Easton Streets. I did speak to Hamden Police this morning, and they tell me that they don't have any comment, but that they will be releasing more information later this morning. So we'll keep you posted on that. We're going to be monitoring the situation for the rest of the morning. For now in Hamden, Joe Monty, Fox 61.
All right, Joe, thanks. We'll certainly check back through the morning. Well, 6:07 now, and multiple people in New Haven are without a place to stay after a fire tore through 2 houses in the 70 block of Pierpoint Street. This happened yesterday afternoon. Fire crews were called to the scene at about 3 p.m. when firefighters arrived. Both houses were already on fire. High winds and cold temperatures made it difficult for fire crews. Hear what one man has to say. He's wondering where his family is going to stay now.
I opened the door, go get the garbage, put the garbage in the can. So I see the smoke start downstairs the steps. A lot of smoke. I say, what happened over here? So I see fire underneath. So I go back, take my baby sleeping. So that's it. Everything is in the house.
The New Haven Fire Department's working to see what caused the fire. We'll get you updated as soon as we get new information. The good news, though, no one was injured there. A working smoke detector alerted an Avon homeowner that there was a fire there. Crews responded to the home in the late afternoon. This was at a home on River Knolls for a report of smoke filling up a bedroom. It's unclear if the homeowner was able to return. No injuries were reported. And Stafford, a home caught fire on Mountain Road yesterday afternoon. Crews from 6 nearby departments responded to help. Unfortunately, the home is now a total loss, and firefighters say the cold temperatures and the wind made it harder for crews to fight the fire. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
6:09 now, a multi-state car theft ring that included incidents in Old Saybrook has been uncovered. Tiffany Kite of Pennsylvania has been arrested and extradited in the case. The investigation identified 20 vehicles stolen or targeted across Connecticut, we're told, New York and New Jersey also, with a combined value of more than $2.4 million.
A 38-year-old Hartford man has been sentenced to 65 years in prison for a 2022 murder and assault case. Benjamin White is is convicted of shooting and killing Simon Griffin and hurting another person in August. Police say White and Griffin got into an argument while they were drinking and smoking on Laurel Street. Investigators say White left the room and then came back with a firearm. It's reported that he ordered Griffin and another man to sit on the floor. That's when police say he shot both of them. Griffin died from 2 gunshot wounds to the head. Housing and affordability here in Connecticut have been a growing crisis, and a new report from the Partnership for Strong Communities says the situation is only getting worse. More than half of Connecticut renters are now cost burdened, with more than a quarter of them spending more than half of their income on housing. Homeowners aren't immune either. More than 1 in 4 are also cost burdened, with 11% facing severe strain. The report highlights Stamford, Norwalk, and Danbury as the state's most expensive areas. The organization's executive director, Chelsea Ross, says that the report also lays out some new solutions.
We're really pushing for the expansion of just cause eviction protections that will help renters avoid displacement and evictions and have the same rights as everyone else. We're also pushing for the expansion of the state-funded rental assistance program, which creates affordability.
Ross says the findings reflect real families who are struggling right now, and she hopes that lawmakers will take action.